Wow. All right, let's get the window size right. Oh, we have snow happening. Look at that. Amazing. It's coming from this window. So here, let me turn off the actual effect. You can see the great snow program that I wrote. And if we hide it, then so it's behind this window now. And then put on the overlay. It looks pretty cool, actually. Really slow, lazy snow there. Hey, Sax. And I have a lot of options for that too. Of options. So if I do, let's do 1,000 snowflakes. Make them fall faster and harder. And then look at that. 1,000 snowflakes. They don't look as good when you have like 1,000 of them though. Try 300. Looks pretty cool. This program's available on my GitHub, so if you want to check it out and download it, it's on there. It's so simple. It's like 90 lines of code or something like that. My Tuesday was good. Hope you had a good Tuesday. I got some work done. It was amazing. I've been working on this one project at work for like months and months, making no progress. And today was no exception, but I got to work on a side project and I was making progress in that. Liberal snowflake. Libs of, yeah, like I have this file called libs.h, and whenever I have to include it, I always say libs of TikTok. Which is so stupid. It's so dumb. Thanks, pop culture, for destroying. I don't even know who they are. I don't know what they are. I know they're like right wing memers or something. But I don't use the TikTok or the Twitter/X, the service formerly known as Twitter. Right. Let's get everything up. I know what I want to work on today, but let's look at the list. So text log scrolling, that would actually be pretty easy to do. I just have to do like a text log mode where you hit H or T or something, and then you can start scrolling. I don't really want to do that today. I'm thinking character screen is what I want to focus on. So I would like to get some character screen stuff happening. And that's not where we want to. We don't want to be in my website. I want to be in games. Rogue thing. This is where we want to be. And what do we want to do? You know, I'm actually surprised. I wonder if ds.ds. I gotta see. I have a .ds store. Is that in my git ignore? It is not. Okay, so that .ds store, that's a Mac OS thing. I'm sure you've seen it. If you give a thumb drive to a Mac user, when you get it back, it's going to have this .ds_store on there. That's window properties. But it just made me realize like that's getting committed to my GitHub every time. So let's put that in the git ignore. I guess that should be at the top. Or if I can actually, I don't know, does git, let's see. Did not match any files. Okay. I guess git is smart enough to avoid that. Yeah, my day was good. The work day was fun. I'm getting a lot of stuff done that been on the backlog at work, so it's good to get that processed. I've had a lot of unproductive weeks, so having a productive week feels good. And it's just the way it goes. Frustrations in one area, but satisfaction in another. It's interesting. DS Store is not on my git ignore, or it wasn't. I guess I got rid of it now. Maybe git does not add hidden files. Because git ignore is not on my list either. Must be new behavior, because I remember having to add get ignore on here. I'll add it now, not that it makes a difference. Okay, what am I doing? Let's look at the sticky. Character screen. My god, what was I doing? I was just doing something. Totally got lost. I was in here. Oh yeah. Character screen. So I have an idea of how the character screen should look, and this is it. I might get rid of these pipes all the way at the left because they're kind of unsightly. But maybe without the line numbers, can I turn those off? Maybe it'll look good in a terminal window. Not sure. Very basic. I'm very bad at UI design. It doesn't need to look nice at this stage. It just needs to be functional. And making it functional with the keyboard is what's really important. So, but I'm killing enemies and getting points. I'm getting bonus points, so I need a mechanism to actually spend those bonus points. Hey, Lot, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. Not Tuesday until you've had your coffee. I learned that today. So I think this is generally what it's going to look like, and it'll evolve. So there'll be this. I think it should come out to about here, the screen. So I have all this empty space here, and I might even get rid of this. I put 3 spaces in between. Get rid of the 2. I did this off stream. I just was brainstorming last night. How is this going to look? And I think this is probably good. So let's go ahead and get that in there. Where's it going to be? It's going to be in, well, Jesus, I don't know where it's going to be. Main. I actually need a file that's like input.c because right now all my input is in main. So I have look cursor, and I'm going to need character screen here. So what is look cursor? Let's go take a look. Okay. This, I like having it here though. It has access to all the structures that I use. So we're going to do character screen. I don't know what I'm passing it yet. And then I'm going to do another one, which is going to be, I don't know what it's going to take yet. And that will be message history. So those are 2 things I have planned. I might as well get them in the pipe, so to speak. And they are now before game startup. They're going to go right here. And I think in the future, I will want to. It's actually funny. I remember doing my coding streams back in 2021 when I would want to move stuff around and I'd start a whole new, code unit, like a whole new file, and then move everything around, and then it would be like 2 hours of making sure all the variables were accessible and stuff. And now it doesn't intimidate me at all. All right, so character screen. What should character screen be? What do you hit? It can't be C, because C is move the player to the right and down. K? Do I use K for anything? I do not. So we're just going to make that K. And it should be under look cursor. Cat. No, don't do that. And what did I call it? Character screen. And we want to break so we don't move floors when we're on the character screen. Okay, so there's our character screen. And so I need to add this. Now, before I actually do the character screen, I need to make sure the player knows Player needs to know. How big is this? Hang on. This is how I space things out. I really do. It's so stupid, but it is what it is, so. Alright, so we want to put it there. Character screen. And, not quite enough, so we're going to add 1, 1, 1. We're going to add 1, 1. There we go. Now they're spaced out and looking good. And I could just as easily do a tab kind of thing, but this is, I like that way of spacing things out when dealing with text. It just makes sense. Okay, so now we have the feedback. Player hits the letter K. They're going to go into the character screen. So now I can go into the character screen, and I'm going to base it off a look cursor. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this whole damn thing. And it's going to be very different. So the first thing we're going to do is draw the initial screen. So we need a draw character screen. And it probably needs player. Well, anything else? I think you just need player, honestly. What floor he's on, I don't have that in there. Player, so just player, it's gonna be, all right, I'll have to put that in there somewhere, and then I think that's gonna be it for the draw the initial screen, honestly. You don't need the message log. You don't need anything else. And then, let's see, what is my, well, I gotta look at my prototype here. B. So B is how we go back to the game. Should be K, back. There's a K in the word back, but B, back, it doesn't matter. I think something like that actually would reinforce this being back to the game. Character screen, there's no K in character screen, but I'm not going to call it character with a K. It's like too Germanic for me. But I don't know. B is fine. Let's do B. Back. Do that in the main menu too. Corrector. Okay, and what do you do each time? I guess draw a character screen. I can't just draw it every time, but they're going to be changes. Like if they hit a button, you know, they're gonna increase their stats. They're gonna spend their damn points. So I do need something else, and I'm gonna say draw stat. I don't know. Maybe this is what I'm gonna do. How am I gonna do this? Fuck. I'll tell you how I should do it. Okay, if I were a smart in-curses user, if you've ever used Screen, you know that you can open multiple screen sessions in a single session. So you hit Control A and then C, and it creates a new screen. And you can Control A N to toggle between them, or there's a few other ways to do it. I should do that. So in-curses has a thing called a window. And I'm just using the standard window. I'm just using a single window. I should set up the character screen should be on a window of its own. The menu should be on a window of its own. That way, it's not as much drawing and erasing and all that stuff. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to have two things. So draw stats. Going to be draw stats. And I just realized, shit, you could increase these as well. Damn, did I use a tab in here? Shit's not moving. Well, I realize you'll be able to update your HP and SP also. It should be like 1, 2. I don't have numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't have numbers. Damn. Like this. A and S. No, this could be like Q and W. I need to make sure I'm not overwriting any of my other things. A and S. Z and X. And E and R. Am I spelling out anything inappropriate here? No. I'm good. Alright, that'll do it. So the buttons are next to each other. And it doesn't make sense when you look at it, but when you actually go to do it, Q and W are right next to each other, so if I want to put points into attack, I hit Q and oops, I made a mistake, I hit W. It's right next to it on the keyboard, so it's okay. It should be fun. This should be fun to test. I think that's actually great. And it'll reflect what temporary bonus, if you've added any points here, it'll, and then, something like that. That'll appear. So this stuff is not going to be on the screen all the time. Ugh, Jesus. Okay, so I need multiple things. So we need draw stats, draw character screen. So that's going to draw the character screen out, and then draw stats. I think just having a draw character screen function is how it's going to be. So let me go ahead and write this out. How did I do it up here? No, I know how I did it. Let me look. So I'm not redrawing. So the reason I'm doing this, I've tested this on my Raspberry Pi. And before I optimized this part, I would redraw the whole screen every tick. And it was very slow on my Raspberry Pi, so it would actually flicker. It would sit there flickering. So I changed it so it doesn't update on every tick. It only updates when it needs to. So I keep an integer called update. And how do I use it? It's equal to 1. And then I have if update is equal to 1, draw, and then I have update equals 1, and then default. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Easy. All right, so update equals 1. If update is equal to 1, then we're going to draw the character screen. Yeah. And then we're going to sleep. We're going to set update equal to 1. Then we're going to have a bunch of stuff. Damn, that was a really bad use of shift. It didn't work. And then update equals 0. So if you get through the menu and you don't do anything, update is equal to 0 when you're not even going to care. And then the last thing you're going to do is erase. So maybe the first thing I should do is erase. Just erase the damn screen. You're going to a new screen? This is what I was talking about with that window thing, that I should have multiple windows. And I think the way it works, it's like a file. You treat it like a file, and when you write out to it, you're writing to the file, but if you're not displaying that active window, it doesn't show on the screen. You have to actually invoke it. And I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I think if I were not smarter, if I were more experienced with incurses, that's probably how I would do it. I'd have 3 windows, 4 windows, 5 windows. We're going to have achievements, options. We're going to have a bunch of stuff. All right, let me look at my keys here. So increase, decrease. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is HP up. HP down. Gotta put the skeleton in there. 3 is gonna be SP up. That wrong. This is switch cases are one thing I don't stick with KNR formatting on. I'm very meticulous about my KNR. Well, I guess not. You know, functions, I think they might not do the extra line for function brackets, but anyway, they will always put their case statements lining up the switch statement. And I never do that. I always tab them, and you tab twice, so it's like you get ridiculous tabs, but it's not as bad as JavaScript, so. Okay, Q and W, A and S. I know what these are. I'm just gonna. Do I do lowercase first? I do. Should actually probably be uppercase first, but whatever. Z. Z. JavaScript is but. Did I say JavaScript? Because I think I meant Java. Well, they're basically the same, right? Just kidding. They're the same language. Canonically, code for code, they are the same language. All right. No, that gets paired. They get paired. Get paired, get paired, get paired. Java's JavaScript. Same thing. It's all just coffee. Okay, then I need F for finalized changes. So F, this is all going to be a little weird how I'm going to actually do this. Not really sure. Oh, finalize changes. Don't go changing. Okay. I think I'll use a stats object. Yep, I think I will do that. It's not an object. Why did I say object? This is not an object-oriented language. Libs. Wrong one. I opened libs. Types. Types of TikTok. But yeah, I think I'll do this. Struct stats. I need a, we'll get there. Let me think about this. Let me annotate my comments first so I can remember what's what. Attack up. Attack down. That's defense up. Now, forgetting something. I am, obviously, because I'm doing the wrong thing here. And that'll actually be that'll be hit. And that'll be defense. Wait. No. No. Fuck. Man. Not in a brain space right now. Hack down. Break. A and S. I just did the first row. My goodness. My brain just was automatically skipping every other thing. That would be A and S. That's actually defense up. That's defense down. I've never noticed my brain doing that. And then ZX and then E and R we got. Okay, hit up, hit down. That's dodge up and that's dodge down. I know my stats now and I know my game system. I know how I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm using C minus the plus plus. I'm using C minus equals 1. Or is it minus minus C? They all mean different things. All right, I think what I need to do Yeah. I need a function here that's going to say, it's going to be right here. It's going to be a little shitty helper function. And that's going to be yes. Thinking brain. Oh, okay. It's going to be change stat. And it's going to take an integer pointer to the stat, and it's going to take bonus points, and then it's going to take a change. C. D. D is change. Change stat. Let's go prototype this before I don't. I'll go here. I did this before with my roguelike dungeon crawler, so I have an idea of how it's done. It's so funny. I'm going to completely reinvent the wheel here. So the very first thing we need to do is make a struct stats item. And what are they called? It's types. It's called stats. And it's just going to be 11. It's 11 things. So it's going to be struct stats, D stats. And we're just going to do 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Does that work? I think that works. I think that's how you initialize. Hold on, I did this in NPCs. That'll just set my mind at ease. Yes, so NPCs, I did the same thing. Just enclose everything in curly braces, and it initializes it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't trust myself to use math in the line numbers. So D stats, it's going to be that. I'm also going to need, when I draw the character screen, I need, let's do this. I'm going to need to pass D stats to it. D stats. Because that's going to have this information. So have you upgraded your attack, or are you working on upgrading any of these? It's going to have all that information. You're starting off with 0. So yeah, that'll work. Okay, then the way we're going to do it, we're going to change things. So HP, what you're going to do is, what did I call this thing? Change stat. So for each of these, it's going to do a check. First of all, it needs your number of bonus points. So we need player. Is that a pointer or not? What is player? It is a pointer. All right. Fuck. Lost my cursor. So we are passing. How do you do this? Pointer. This points to stats, and then dot BP. So the number of bonus points. The character has 0 bonus points. Guess what? You can't do. You cannot change the stat. Then the actual stat that we're changing. This is going to be in dstat. Dstats. So it's going to be the address of dstats, and then 8 HP. And then the int, it's going to be +1. So now I've written this. I can go through and put all of these in the appropriate places. Change what I'm pointing to. Whoops. And then do -1. And do SP. And do SP -1. And then we're going to do, what was this one? Attack. That's fine. It's fine. I'm just thinking this should be maybe max HP. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna have a rules for applying it at the end, and then I'll figure it out. So what is this again? I just looked at it. Attack. I spelled them out apparently. So attack, and then attack -1. Defense. Defense. So by writing a function to do it's going to check, do you have enough bonus points? And what are you changing? All that stuff. And then ZX, that would be hit. Dodge. H dodge. It's your dodge ram. And then ER, yeah, dodge. Hit, dodge, defense, attack. All makes sense. And then I'll have to have a function to finalize the changes. So this will be a function finalize changes. You don't need the player, but you do need D stats. Okay, and this should actually be a pointer then. So it is. Nice. Awesome. I'm smarty. So we need here static void finalize changes. Figure that out later, how to actually do it. And this will be stats. Actually, call it D stats, because that communicates a very specific thing to me. Int. Oh. Yeah, fuck. That's correct. This should be a struct. Yeah. Stats, D stats. Does communicate a very particular thing, and it's a single stat you're getting. So I'm passing a pointer to the stat itself. Okay, so first of all are the points greater than 0? And you know what? I think I need to change that to a pointer as well. Because you need to be able to subtract from it. Let's just go back in here and do some of this stuff. A little ampersand in there. Put an ampersand in there. Yep. Okay, cool. So now the first thing you want to do, if what it points to is equal to 0, return. Not going to do anything if you don't have bonus points. Oh, that's not true. And D is equal to 1. Or I'll say D is greater than 0, just in case we have some kind of weird magic thing that happens where we need to change a stat. We'll do it this way. So if D is greater than 0, return. If you have 0 bonus points and you have no, because you might hit back to the game. You don't want to actually just delete your bonus points. Okay, I want to just change the way I do this one more time. So I do need an int BP here, and BP is going to equal player that's BP. Address of BP. All right, let's find and replace. Okay, one more thing then. This will need an actual BP. And that'll be fine. Okay. So now we're passing BP over there, and BP if it's 0, or if it's 0 and your change is positive and you need to like use points, then just return. Otherwise, they're going to go ahead and do it. Okay. If D is less than 0 and that's what stat points to is greater than 0, let's just go ahead and make this like that. So if D is equal to -1 and stat is greater than 0, so if you're taking a point back out, then what you're going to do is BP equals BP plus 1, stat equals stat minus 1. Okay, so if you are removing a point, so you've already put a bonus point in, you want to take it back out before finalizing, this is going to happen. So the stat's greater than 0. So if it's coming here at 0, it's not going to do anything. If your stat's greater than 0 and you're trying to take a point back out of it, you're going to increase your bonus points by 1, and you're going to subtract the stat by 1. So just go back right back down. Else, if D is equal to 1 and stat is less, no, we don't need to care about any other checks here. BP minus 1, stat equal stat plus 1. So there, if your change is positive, you're just going to subtract a bonus point, and then you're going to add it to the given stat. So we already checked that BP has got to be greater than 0. Or I mean, I guess it's if BP is less than or equal to 0 and D equals that, yeah. It's never going to be -1. You can't possibly do that. If it's 0, okay. I think this works. This makes sense to me. And I think the way that I have it up here is all good. Okay, now finalize changes. How are you going to finalize changes? I want to also do update equals -1. So if you get to the top here, data is equal to -1, you're going to break the loop, else you're going to draw the character screen. Okay, that's how I'm going to handle getting out of here. That's how we're going to get out of here. You finalize changes, I want to just exit. I don't want to have to hit finalize changes and then, you know, do whatever. Okay, so how are we going to finalize changes? So we pass D stats and BP. We have D stats and we have int BP. D stats, finalize changes. So this, we're just going to apply those changes. So to the player. So player stats BP equals BP. And then we're just going to go through and do all of them that matter. Okay, the easy ones. The easy ones first. If stat is greater than 0, that's the only way we can take out. Yeah, so you can't go negative. Okay, these are easy. Defense, hit, dodge. Okay, the HP is going to be a little more interesting. So what we're going to do for that If you bump, let's say you have 10 out of 20 hit points and you bump it up 5, so now you have 25, you should actually increase your actual pool by 5 too. So if you have 10 out of 20 and you change it, you add 5, it should shit. Okay, no. It should bump it up to 15 out of 25 instead of 10 out of 25. That's what I'm saying. So before I do that, I just noticed something. So the way hit points are going to work is you're actually going to do 5. And it's SP2. A bonus point is going to give you 5. So you're going to get 5 hit points or 5 stamina. So I do need to incorporate that in here. So if VP is equal to 0, if D is greater than VP equals 0, so you don't have any bonus points, and D is greater than 0. There you go. Then return. Now, if D is less than 0 and stat is greater than 0, then stat is greater than 0 and D is less than 0, then we're going to take the bonus point back, and then we're going to subtract D. And same thing here is D. And this should be greater than 0. Okay. Sanity check. I have to go through every line here, make sure. This is coming in as a 1, a -1, a 5, or a -5. This is going to be your number of bonus points, and this is going to be the stat in question. So first of all, if your number of bonus points is equal to 0, and your D is greater than 0, so you're trying to add, you can't. You don't have any bonus points. Now, if your D is less than 0, so you're trying to take points back out, you made a mistake, you want to take them back out. If your stat is greater than 0, then you can do it. So BP equals BP plus 1. Get your bonus point back, and then subtract the D, which is 1 or 5. That should actually be plus. That's so funny. So that's coming in as -5, -5, or 5. D is less than 0, so we're adding it. So we're adding a negative number. And here we're adding a positive number. That's the only difference there. Okay, then if you have bonus points, and your D is greater than 0, you're going to subtract 1 bonus point, and then you're going to increase your stat by D. So that's great. I think that works. So now let's go ahead and do the HP. Player stats HP is going to plus equal player stats max HP minus D stats max HP. So what is the difference between your this and that? No, that's not right. No, honestly, fuck it. You don't have to do all that. Just gonna increase it. There's really no rhyme or reason to it here. Let's do it any other way. The only difference is that we're using max HP, max SP, because that's what I use up here. So, perfectly fine. So if you've added 5 hit points, it's just going to add it to your max, and it's going to add it to your pool also. Same for SP. That's really it. Really it for that. Fantastic. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll get there when we get there, because I have to draw the screen now. And then finalize changes. So it's gonna go through and do all this. It's gonna just update everything. And your BP, let's say you've gotten rid of 1 bonus point, it'll now be 1 less. It's just gonna set it equal to that, so it keeps track of all those things. So this should be pretty good. Okay, so now it's all I need is this. That'll be over in display. So let's go ahead and open display.h. I like this now. When I go to open a file, so say I'm sitting here and I go open, I get the whole thing. Like I didn't used to do this. It would just show me one thing. It would be on source. Anyway, I get the columns. The columns, the new Mac OS has actually fixed the file opening window. I love it. I love it. Okay, maybe that should be menu. What is menu? Oh yeah. It should be before that. It should be after the cursor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it before the log. Draw progress. Progress bar. We're going to put it here. And this is going to be a struct player space player and a struct stats. Stats, is that a pointer? Shouldn't be. It's not. Yeah. That should be good. It's under draw progress. Right here before the log shit. All right, this is the hard. This is not the hard part. It's just tedious. Tediousness. A lot of if-thens and stuff. If-then, like I'm basic. If x, let x equal 1. If x equal 1, go to 10. And let's see, is that saved? Save it. I'm going to think of something else to do. All right, well, this is what we're doing. So I guess the very first thing you got to do here is erase. Or do I erase already back here? I do erase. Did I erase? Erase. Erase your head. I think it's gonna go here because I don't need to just do it once. I can do it every time, so I don't have to put it in the command. And in fact, I have it there. I'm gonna actually put it here. Fucking erase everything. About the prize. What prize would that be? Ask about the prize. Did I get rid of that? Is it still in there? I don't even know. All right, how am I gonna do this? I guess I can just do one of these. And then go through. So what are my, it's gonna be move print. So let's just go ahead and do this. This is fairly easy. Move print 1, and that's Y. I think actually 0 and 1. We'll indent. Maybe indent 2. I don't know. That'll look a little nicer if it's a little to the right, probably. So I'll indent 2. Then we're going to do character screen. I think instead of doing it that way, we're going to do this. Move 0, 2. And then we're going to do print window and the character screen. And then we're going to print a little new line here. And then that's going to take us down to the next line. So just like as if we're doing regular old C. Okay, and then print W. Oh yeah. That's going to be player. Should just be name, I think. There is no prize. I hate the prize. Print W. And then this is going to be level. That's going to be player stats dot level. Then rent W, and then XP. I don't even spell that shit out. Okay. Yeah, these new line characters as if I am a C programmer. This is much nicer than moving the cursor every line though. So I mean this is, it sound like I don't know, it sounds stupid, but I'm actually, the way I'm doing it is nicer than I had thought I would have to do. Because it makes me feel like more like, it's more readable too. Maybe these can be like 1 in, let me see. Yeah. Fuck that. This stuff down here is going to be a pain in the ass, but everything else is okay. All right, so that's how we'll do that. Save. Wait, did I do them all? Yeah. HPD. Wait, do you do a backslash or a forward slash for HP? A forward slash. Yeah. What am I thinking? Player stats HP. Player stats max HP. Yeah, I don't have any prizes, but I do have tokens. If you want a token, I can always do that. Oh, it might be disabled, so if it's disabled, just give me a shout out, and I will not enable it, but I will just make a token at random. Because I like making tokens. I like making tokens. Forgot to indent everything by 1 space. Stats. All right, we don't know if any, I guess I will do this regardless. Bonus points available. I can do O3D. So that'll be like this. I mean, I can fix everything I need to fix it when it comes down. All right, and then we'll need, I'll add that stuff later. I'll come back and add the stuff I need to add later. So let's see, attack. That'll be just D, doesn't matter. Player stats, attack. Defense, hit, dodge. I am actually not going to add all the like little character stuff here. I'm going to actually compile this and work out my issues. Work out my aggression. Now I'm going to work out all the errors and just make sure it works before I get fancy. Not gonna get fancy. Did I do one more? Yeah, do one more. Okay, well, let's get some errors. Let's get our error on. Oh yeah. Lots of errors, okay. Use of undeclared identifier C. Well, that's easy enough over on main on 224. I forgot. We're going to do BPC there. Struct stats is not a pointer. You mean to use dot? Okay. Hang on. This. Oh my god. What, yes, okay. I know. I know what I'm doing. Okay, we just need to change this to this. We're gonna put parentheses around here. I'm guessing this has higher precedence than the arrow. So I thought I had this figured out, and then I forgot. Oh, wait though. No. This is not a pointer. Yeah, okay. Whew. But we are providing the address of that to the function, so. Okay. I had a mini existential crisis there. My C prowess was hurting. All right. Let's add a bunch of lines. This is how I recompile. Jonathan Blow. A lot fewer errors. That fixed like a lot of them. So here we go. Line 233. Forgot a semicolon. How often does that happen? Oh, every time it happens. I can't believe that. Because I was copying and pasting. Made a mistake once, you make it 100 times. That's a good mistake to make, though. I like those kind of mistakes. Conflicting type for finalized changes. Struct stats. Okay, yeah. Should be struct stats. Strict. Member reference. Member reference. Base type int. Oh, yeah. Fine. Okay, now we just got some warnings. Draw character screen, unused parameter, and unused function message history. Great, that's pretty brilliant. So I'm gonna just do a little test-a-rooney here. It's gonna be terrible, but let's go ahead and in here. We have a character screen. Good. Kind of. It's like the first line looks funky, but everything else is good. Level 1. I have 0, 10 bonus points. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I hit the letter Q. I'm going to do finalize changes. Okay. We're going to go back there, and it did raise the attack. All right. So I'm going to do QQW. Finalize changes. It's now at 12. Okay, so it increased it twice, and then it unincreased it. My bonus points, though, are not right. Yeah, my bonus points are not going down. So I don't get that. Why aren't the bonus points changing? I don't know, but this is changing. It's not updating it because I have not got it updated yet. So I don't have it working that way. Okay, so let's figure that out. Why are the bonus points not changing? Finalize changes. BP equals BP. Oh my god, how is A star calculated? Indeed. Let's just do 0, 0, and then I can do... I probably want just 1 in here, actually. Yeah, I don't know. A star is a pain in the ass. I need to learn it. I was reading a couple things today, but it's still beyond me. So I'm gonna have to figure. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time working on that. It's gonna be a little nutso. Okay, let's see if I fix that. Okay, I did. The character screen looks okay. I might also want to increase it one line. So let's increase that to 1. Oh yeah, so A star is like, you have a graph. So your graph, let's say this is your graph. Every space is a node. So this space is a node. This space is a node. This space is a node. All the spaces I can walk to would have distance of 1. And then all the spaces that I could walk to from those would have a distance of 2. And so you calculate the distance between everything, and then I don't know. I don't know how to do it after that. It's a pathfinding algorithm. It's like you calculate 2 forms of distance. One is like you use Pythagorean theorem, and then the other one is what I was just saying. You use like Manhattan distance, and then which on mine, since I can walk 2 steps by going like 1 button, I move right and down with 1 button. That counts as 1, a distance of 1. Yeah, and then you just have to go through and you just do searches, and I don't know. I have to watch YouTube videos about it, so it's gonna be hard. It's not my expertise, and not only understanding how it works, but then actually writing a C function to iterate through my structures and all that. It's gonna be even harder. Okay, so I just want to make sure here. I guess what I can do is this. See if this changes anything. Don't think it will. BP is equal to 0. So you're doing a pointer here, and you're saying what it equals. Add 1 to it. Passing the pointer. And at the very beginning, BP equals player stats BP. So if we increase it, decrease it, I guess what I could do is a check if player stats BP is not equal to BP. Then we finalize changes, so that's one thing. Player stats BP. I also want to change this because it's ugly as shit. See if that made any differences here. Character screen, all right. Okay, no, it's still fucking up. It's, oh, wait a minute though. Huh. It's not letting me spend them. All right, I'm actually displaying the wrong thing. That's what I'm doing. Bonus points available. Aha! What am I didn't even use I used a format string and I didn't. There we go. Okay. Make opt. Make a new one. Now we go here. We have 10 bonus points available. I'm gonna put a couple in to strength. I put 3 in there. And now 7 stats available. Yeah. So that's working. You just can't tell. It doesn't update the screen. So now I can go in and do the helper function. I'm going to do a helper function for this one. Yeah, it's weird fucking graph theory. There's 2 statements together. It's weird. It's fucking graph theory. It's weird fucking graph theory. That could be a show, like a YouTube show. Welcome to Weird Fucking Graph Theory. Draw. So then what I need to do is I need to draw inputs. No, I needed, yeah, draw inputs. Character inputs. Screen inputs. Jesus. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, so struct player space, struct stats, D stats. We're just going to pass D stats over to this thing. So this is going to be a thing. It's just going to be a static void, and it's going to be a struct stats dstats. And that's before any log crap. So scroll log, format time, that comes before that. So static void. All right, this will just make it easier for me to separate these things. And I'll do one more thing. BP. It's interesting that I did it this way over here. I created a BP, an integer, and dstats actually has one in there. So I have a BP in stats I could be using that would make it much easier. British Petroleum, yeah. You spend your British Petroleum. Okay, I'll refactor that later, it's fine. It doesn't matter now. And what did I add? I added something. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. We're getting rid of that. This is going to be dstats dot BP, and then we can do this. It doesn't do anything different. Get the gas. The gas. Fill your gas tank. Oh, I gotta fill your gas tank with coffee every morning. Be good at advertising. Layer. Okay, so then we do this. Do this, and it doesn't matter. Okay, so then change stats. Okay, then what are we doing? Draw character. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good now. So I don't need BP. It's in the struct dstats. Struct dstats. Okay. Like useful, like advertising. I know, I was lied to. Listening to Bill Hicks telling me that advertisers were evil all those years. And hating ads myself, hating billboards and hating commercials, hating advertising. That's where the money is. And true humanity, moving humanity forward. Beautiful ads. The best ads. I love it when they take a song that has that not no. I love it when they take a song and it doesn't fit what they're advertising. But what I love even more than that is when the song fits the opposite of what they're advertising. So, like, they'll show a bunch of cool guys, like racing motorcycles and standing around in their blue jeans, and then it'll play "Fortunate Son" by Credence, by CCR, or it'll be like a Ford F-150, a guy driving it through the mud, and it'll play "Born in the USA." Or they'll take like a Beatles song. I remember "It's Getting Better" or whatever that Beatles song was. That used to be in car commercials. Like, you know, if you listen to the lyrics, they don't put the lyrics in the commercial. They only do the chorus. But did you listen to the rest of the lyrics in there? Or like Maxwell's Silver Hammer could be like a Home Depot ad. All right, I need to draw coordinates for these things. So these should all be increased by 1. this. Line 9. Line 920. 920. Okay, 920. B. 1020 increase. 1020 is SP increase. 11, 12, 13, 14. I race every time, so it's okay. Hit. Fence. Finalize change. Do I need to? I guess, yeah, I need to do that. So that's line 19. 19. What? Okay, that's actually 21. And it's tabs. Tabs are doing it to me again. I have a tab in there, I must. How did I know? All right, now 23. Actually, that's 21, 2, 3, 4, 24. And what is it, line 19, I think. So 19. Okay, and then this is going to be line 19, and no tabs here. And it is 26. All right. Line 26. The increase. Button. This is a mount. This is butt. Okay. 10. This should be 14, 15, 16, 17. 10. SP. 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, I love that, though. I love that about advertising. Just so funny. Just how... It's like people who have their wedding, right? And they pick their wedding song. And then they pick... Oh my god, I can't believe... There's this song. So obviously the Sting or the Police, Every Breath You Take, that's like... Obviously everyone always picks that. And everyone knows how the lyrics are actually about a stalker or whatever. But what I really like, what I really think is hilariously disgusting is there is a Chris Brown song that is very popular in weddings. 41. So what was this? 26? If this is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. This should be 27. Then 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2. 42. That's easy to remember. Yeah, there's a Chris Brown song that's like a wedding song people love. People love their Chris Brown. A real romantic. Okay. Now I need a bunch of ifs. If dstats dot max HP is greater than 0. Now, we're going to do this first. If dstats BP is greater than 0, We're going to draw all these. One, 3, Q8, quays. 1, 3, quays. 1, 3, quays. We're gonna, yes, that's easy enough. So we're gonna do move, print W, and it's gonna be, need my button, 9, 27, increase. It's actually funny to be a tab guy. Like, I'm a tab guy, and I always have been, but the tab thing, it's weird because you do it for space saving. I think if you could justify it, it would be for space saving, because a tab takes up 1 byte, whereas spaces would take up, say, 4 bytes or 8 bytes. I use 8. I use a tab stop of 8. But people can configure their text editors to show a tab to be 4 or 8 or 3. So if you open this on my computer versus your computer, it might look different. Whereas if it's spaces, it'll look the same everywhere. Yeah, you can. It all depends on how your thing is configured. So in here, for example, not seeing it. It's in here for sure. There we go. So first of all, it asked to prefer using tabs or spaces. And then indent with 8 spaces. So I can change this, and you can see it in the background. And like Python, for example, tabs, like Python, well, Python uses spaces. You can use tabs, but in Python, if you use tabs, it should be like 4 spaces. So that's the downside of tabs, is that they can look different on every computer. All right, we got that. Okay, finalize changes, I can do that. So if dstats attack, now we'll do this, max HP is greater than 0, or dstats max SP greater than 0, or dstats attack greater than 0, or defense greater than 0, or hit greater than 0, or dstats dodge is greater than 0. Then we're going to do something. We're going to move print 1924, and it's going to say F, finalize changes. I'm not going to include that last part. Okay, these are actually decrease buttons. I did not know the Baba dev streams. I follow him on Mastodon. I've seen some posts about his new puzzle game he's working on. It's very cool. It's kind of like Into the Breach, but it's with Baba physics or Baba rules, like Baba logic. Of course, he's not going to do something normal. And honestly, Into the Breach is one of the hardest games I've ever played, and I think the new Baba game is going to be even harder, because it's just like, you combine a game of that type, they're already pretty hard. Like, I know people love their Advance Wars, but I'm not good at those games. I love tactics and strategy games, but I'm really not good at that style, though. What does he stream on Twitch, or is he on YouTube? For this, I guess, dstats, max HP is greater than 0. Then we're going to move print 942, and it's going to say 2 decrease. And then I need to do 1 for each of these. And 17, 16, 15, 14, No, it's like Advance Wars or Fire Emblem. It's like a tactical RPG. It's like Front Mission kind of, but it's more of a puzzle game. So you get certain spaces. Each unit has different skills and how they can move, and you want to like push guys into lava or into buildings, and you play like mech drivers. It's free if you have a Netflix account. It's free to play. I actually don't know where you play it. If you play on your phone, if you have an iPhone, you don't. But if you have your iPad, it's free to play on iPad if you have a Netflix account. I don't know why it's a Netflix game, but you might be able to get the PC version too. For QWASX and then R. Good. Yeah. Weirdest thing, right? A Netflix account. It's like a Netflix. Netflix has a bunch of games. It's not just that one, but they actually have a lot. I've been meaning to play a couple of them. I can't name what they're called. Uh, all right, and then we need to do this. Oh, I could combine these. So I could combine these into one thing. So it's going to be uglier, but it is what it is. No. No. I'm going to combine them. I like the way that I did it down here. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just take this up. I'm going to just copy this whole block and put it up here. Oh, damn. Wait. I forgot something. I forgot something pretty important. There we go. Netflix is into gaming? What? Yeah, Netflix is a real gamer moment right now. Shit, did I just do that? I need those numbers, man. Okay, so now we're going to move to 21. Okay, so I don't need the numbers anymore. Gamer, gross. Right, and then I'm going to do plus D, and it's going to be dstats dot max HP. All right, fuck. Let's get this in here first, and then I'll change the format string. I wonder what happens if you pass a format string without a format symbol in it, and you pass an argument. It just, I guess nothing happens, probably. It just doesn't do anything. Like, it only draws from your optional arguments. It only draws from them if it needs them. And this will be dot defense, and then hit, and then dodge. All right, now we just want to take this and just do this and this. Okay, that's funny. It took me longer to write this part than to actually do the logic behind it. Like, writing the interface took me longer to do. I think if I went back and timed it, that was probably like a good 40 minutes working on this crap, and it's still not done. So I have to compile it too. Compile. Okay. Hey, there we go. It's compiled. Let's do opt, and then let's go ahead and do a new game, and let's go ahead and open this thing up. Okay. Oh, I forgot one thing though. But we can. I'm not sure why it's doing that end bracket there. I must have messed something up there. But let's see. Yeah, and it gets rid of the end. So I spent all 10 points. So 1, 2, 7, 10. But I can decrease them, and I get my increase ability back. And watch this. 1. I'm going to hit 1. 5 hit points. Get 5 hit points. If you spend... So if you spend a bonus point up here, you get 5 for a single bonus point. Down here, you only get 1. So I think get rid of that. Say we want to make a warrior. I'm giving him 2 points in hit points. I'm giving him 5 attack. I have 3 left. So maybe we do like this. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 2 more, and we'll go with defense. And then we're going to finalize the changes. And then we're going to go back to the character screen, and those changes are permanent. Yay! Yay, it works. And I have 0 bonus points available, and let me just make sure nothing's doing anything. And if I hit F... Okay, that's a problem. Actually, that's a problem. Oh, I know what the problem is, though. It's my own damn fault. Because I actually put the finalized changes up here. And it shouldn't be. I love it when something works. And so, yeah, you can't finalize changes. Oh, you can hit F. I guess what I should do then, with one more thing. No, 2 more things, but I'll start with this one. Well, I'm thinking about it. I hit F and it took me out of the character screen, and it shouldn't. So you should only be able to do that if you have changed your bonus point situation. And you can't change it if you have 0 bonus points, so you can't change it. So, can't change it. So now I hit F, nothing happens. But I do hit B, and it comes back out. So that's great. Character has... Oops, B back to game, and the hit points are reflected up here. So that's great. And just, you know, I added some stuff after the stream last time. So let's just go kill some dudes. Kill some dudes, kill some dudes. Dudes are gonna die. If I can find some dudes. They can be hiding in these tunnels. Oh, there's a dude, go kill him. There's gonna be nothing over here. And there's gonna be nothing down here, but I might as well check. Okay, yeah. Hey, dude. Hobie! His name was Hobie. Oh no. Poor Hobie. I feel bad for killing him. Tobias. Poor Hobie. He's always getting killed. I've never seen a name that short in the game so far. That's a great one. Hobie. I love it. I love that name. Maybe I should try to have more short names. Oh, I forgot to look. Name, level, XP. So it's updating the amount of XP I have. I've killed 4 guys, so I have 4 XP. So let's go kill a 5th one. And these are just level 1 dudes. So level 1 dudes give you 1 point. So now, congratulations, you leveled up to level 2. You now have 1 skill points. So I'm gonna have to change skill points to like the parentheses around that S maybe. So this is what I added after the stream last time. When you gain a level, first of all, if your hit points are lower than your max, it puts them up to max, which there's no way to lose hit points yet. But also it gives you a skill point. So now I have a skill point, I have 5 XP, and I have a bonus point. Maybe I should call that a skill point. Let's go ahead and increase HP. Finalize change. So now 25. And I want to kill this guy. And now I have 6 HP or 6 XP still. So let's go upstairs. Whoops. I have 6 XP. This guy should give me 2. So now I should have 8. I do. Just go on a killing spree. Killing spree. There's two things I have to do to finish what I've been working on today. That should be 10. And I don't have to manually keep track of XP anymore. Because now I actually have a character screen. Great, like a real game. And I think the way that I deployed the character screen, like I think the strategy I used, it makes sense to me. This is another thing I did. I don't think I did this on stream. After a day passes in the tower, all enemies have gotten stronger. Maybe I did that, I can't remember. But now I should be at 12. Yes, I have 12. And I wonder maybe I should have XP on this screen somewhere. I know Caves of Cud does. They actually have an XP bar. It fills up. Tells you how much more you need and all that. But I like it the way it is for now. Now I'm at 14. All right, now let's go upstairs. Kill this guy. I'll be at 17. I'll level up. You level up at 15. 17. And I have a bonus point to spend, so let's go ahead and increase my attack. So that's great. I have a character screen now. It's very basic. And it does have the problem, like it's showing brackets to the right. I'm not sure why. I think maybe I added those in or something. Yeah. It's just adding brackets because I copied and pasted the brackets. And there's one other thing up here I need to say. I need to have this part. Probably what I can do for that, and it should be skill points, is probably just do it like this. I think that's how I'll do it. Skill points. I think instead of this, I'll use D stats. Let's make opt. New game. So Hobie's corpse is left behind. So now if I do Q, so it just updates this immediately. So it updates that. Oh, and I forgot. Oh yeah, and if you go in and you do Q, 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 and then I hit B for back to game. I've spent 5 points, but I'm hitting B for back to game. If I go back in, it has not spent them. So you have them back. So you have to finalize changes. That, and then in player, I'm not printing, in player.c. Skill points like that. Cool. Okay, one thing I have not checked. Finalize. Now I'm gonna quit. All right, this is the moment of truth. Loading my game from scratch. Everything's good. Everything's as it should be. We have 1 XP, I just kill a guy. I have 20 hit points. And interesting. So this is one thing that is not Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. So the stat points, these are actually spent in both of these. Right now, they're kind of like on top of stats. So I think I'm going to change the way that looks. So let me just it's a drawing board. Stats, this is what we're going to do. And I want to increase this by 2, I think. And I'll just have to move around which lines are which. I do believe. Okay, so then I'm going to have... What do you call them? Do you call them pools? Like on a normal RPG, do you call them pools? Like, that's what I call them. HP, SP. Or should I lump them all together? I mean, how would it look if I lump them all together? It looks... I don't like it. It looks busy. Health pool, stats, attributes. Of course, that's like the worst possible thing I could have looked at. I'm like looking at Baldur's Gate character sheets. No, I shouldn't look at other things. I should do it all on my own. You think it looks better lumped together? Because what I'm thinking is, and by the way, welcome. Thanks for the input. I'm thinking, do something like this. Something like that, although that's not what they're called. Attributes. Pools. Pools is not the right word here. But then, you know, it looks all busy with that too, without like something like this. But then that makes, yeah, that just makes it too much. Pools. I like the idea of separating them because when you get one attack, when you spend one bonus point on attack or defense or hit or dodge, you get 1 point. And if you spend one bonus point on your pools, you get 5 points. So it's, and obviously that's reflected immediately when you hit the button. But I don't like the word pools. That's my problem here. That's what they're called. I know that's what they're called in Numenera because had been reading through the rules of that a little while ago. They call them like point pools. Yeah, I mean it's all part of the same. Like when we talk about the thing, like the way that I'm actually storing the data, it is part of the same thing. We have level, and we have HP, and we have SP, and we have attack. But I include XP and bonus points in there too. Yeah. It's just the only difference is these are 5 per bonus per skill point, and they're 1, which I wouldn't want that on the character sheet. Yeah, I'll try it lumped in. I'll see how it looks. Okay, so let's just move things around. So this is going to be line 17. That's and I'll do it like this. All right, we gotta. That, and then this is gonna go up here. We got everything. Yeah. Okay, then this is going to be line 17. No, line 10, line 9. So we're starting on line 9. Is this line 1 or 0? It's line 1? Okay, so this is line 10, actually. How did I get that right? This is how my lines... my line numbers have gone away. I'm glad I haven't been debugging because I actually turned off my line numbers. Okay, so that's actually line 8. Y value 8. Okay, so 8 is where we're starting. So let's go fix some of this crap. Hopefully I got everything right here. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's gonna just look bad. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, do we start at the top or bottom? Okay, I see. Yeah, so it actually should be 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And then 15, 16. So that'll be 16. Starting at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are magic numbers, actually. I should not have. Or I should have these defined somewhere so that I don't have to, like, remember and all that. And then I could change them in a central location. It would update the code. But this is all temporary. This is all temporary. This will all get updated a million times. All right, let's just see how it looks. All right. Make sure everything works here. Yeah. Magic. I don't know if 5 is getting 5 hit points per skill point, if that's too much. But I was looking at stats last time, and we were having level 94 NPCs with like 31 hit points. So you really can't do that. That's 31. That means they spent 21 points on there, so that would put them over 100. You can't have a level 94 character with 31 hit points. It's just not fair. Die in one hit to, a level 20 hero. And finalize those changes for Targu. That's great. So it's very Spartan and it's very basic right now, but it updates the information and allows players to spend their skill points. So eventually I'll expand this to have like skill trees. So I'm going to have skill trees, so different play styles. And I've thought a bit about what they're going to be and things like that. So it's going to be a while, but it'll be a while before we have it in the game. We'll get there eventually. HP, SP, attack, defense, hit, dodge. Good. Targu. Old Targu. Let's go kill that guy. Saw Gray Clen Rye. That's a name. He's dead. I killed him. He's a corpse now. And this is a very interesting starting point. Don't think I've seen a level start like this. There's no door out of the room. The only place you can leave is out of this corner. So if this was somebody's first time playing, they'd be like, what the fuck, I'm trapped in the first room. How about you step out in the corner and there's another room? And oh man, it's Kramer. Krarmenmar. Krarmenmar. What a name. Krarmenmar. Krarmenmar. Love it. I love my random names. They're terrible. Whoops. I accidentally killed Star Clarcy. Okay, but I can take that off the list. We did it. We did it. We did it, Lemmy. Player allocating stats. Character creation at the beginning. Okay, I need to do that. Skills. Skills. And inventory. Oh yeah, I'll need to have inventory also. Damn. Lemmy. Character creation at the beginning should be pretty easy. Be really easy actually, because the first thing you gotta do to see what you gotta do is after you create your character, just gonna go in there to that thingy. I'm in the wrong file. So you're just gonna go up in here and let's see. Character screen. We're just gonna call that. So when you do a new game it makes the maps, makes the player, it makes the NPCs. Then we're gonna go there to character screen. So let's just try it. Let's see if that little thing, if that worked. They can't change the name, of course. but it is what it is. So it just goes straight to the character screen. I can allocate points. Like that. Finalize changes. And then you're in the game. And everything looked good? I didn't notice. Let's do a new one. Decry. 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 And there's 4 enemies in this room. Oh, and I got the drunk. I don't know if you're around, Sax, for the drunk walking. I got that working. Like, they don't walk through walls anymore. They can walk off screen, but they they don't walk into the walls, at least. Yeah, I have seen some of that pushback. A lot of people are blocking them. I've blocked them entirely because I'm not going to deal. I don't know. Actually, I didn't just mute it. I blocked it. I blocked the whole thing. I wish my my server admins or my instance admins would just block it. There's really no place for meta. I don't know. I say that, and then yet I love Z standard. Like, Z standard is such a cool compression algorithm. Like, it just works so well. And it's Facebook made it. Facebook made this, but there's no privacy violations or anything like that in a compression algorithm. Like, it wouldn't compress your social security. Yeah, your social security number is part of the checksum. You need to enter your social security number to decompress files. That's the only thing I could think. But I don't know. I don't think they should be. Meta should not be. So what they're going to do? They're going to do what happens to every, small thing that's joined by a big corporation. They're going to add some enhancement, and then everyone else on all the other instances is going to be like, "Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know you could do that." And then those servers will update. Half of them will. Half of them won't. And then it just won't be the same anymore. Won't be the same anymore. So that's why I don't want threads to be anywhere near me. Bonus points. I wonder if I should put a symbol somewhere that you have bonus points. Unspent bonus points. Yeah, I mean, there are obviously a lot of examples of that, and in the open source world, it happens all the time. The really the one I hate the most is Red Hat. Anything Red Hat has done, I think they've just absolutely destroyed Linux. Not anything they've done, but they've done a lot of very anti-Linux, anti-free and open source software community things. And the rest of the Linux community has just gone along with it. It's weird. Yeah, Microsoft has done. I forget. There's like an acronym for what that is called when a company does that, when they envelop another like protocol or something. I can't remember what the acronym is. I don't like thinking about it because it's bullshit. Corporations, it's capitalism destroying. Wow, there's 4 enemies in here. I'm gonna kill them. And now I'm level 3. Oh, did I not spend my other skill point? Let's see, that's 25, which is 5, that's 5, and I'm level 3. Yeah, I didn't spend my other skill points. See, I need an indicator that I have skill points. And we're just gonna do... It's gonna be hard, I think, for people to level up their characters in this game because they only get 1 skill point. So where are they gonna put it? It's gonna be so precious what skill they actually want to increase. Like, you can't be a jack of all trades. You can, I guess you can. If you want to be a jack of all trades, you just do like that. Then, whoops, we want to do that. And then the next level I would do a hit and then a dodge and then but this kind of character won't be as effective as actually focusing on one skill or the other. Like maybe focusing on dodge, maybe that's a strategy. Look, Gruge. Who do we have here? Tarzo. Hostile. Aflinkrar. Friendly. Oh my god, you killed Tarzo. Poor Tarzo. Okay, character creation at the beginning. I think there's still some stuff to do for that, but I think I'll expand that later. Well, it's not part of the character screen anymore. Skills and inventory. I actually need skills system and an inventory system to make that happen. And that includes loot. I need a loot system first. But maybe like new game, name character. Name the character before anything else. Enter a name. Combat. Pathfinding. Oh. I could just do the simplest pathfinding. I mean, these maps are pretty simple. Just try to, like, if they're more north than you, they'll try to move south. If they're more west than you, they'll try to move east, that kind of thing. And I don't know much about XMPP, but I know Google has killed a shitload of different services and protocols and open source stuff, so it's... I don't know, they present themselves, they're very open source friendly because they've benefited throughout the years. They've also contributed a lot, but they're also a behemoth. Let's see, what can I do now? I guess combat. I could actually get real combat stat stuff. And then enemies attacking is part of pathfinding. So we'll need pathfinding first for that. Actually, I think player attacks and then enemy attacks. I can do it right now so that when you attack an enemy, they attack you back if they're still alive. And then enemy player death. You have died. Dead. You are dead. 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 You thought you were hot, but you were not. Text log scroll, that would be pretty easy. But right now, this is what you're going to see scrolling. Like, thud, thud, thud. You're going to see that. Oh, I got to scroll up. What was the last thing I saw? So I don't know. It's not useful yet. Getting combat happening is useful. Whoops, is useful for text log scrolling, because then there'll be combat messages that I can scroll up through. Scroll history mode, find breaks for incoming string. That's actually kind of, I want to do that too. I think I'm going to do combat first, though. All right, combat. Not right now, but it will be. So I have it set up. So right now, actually, if I open in here, I have a bunch of functions here. I have the draw log. So this is what draws all the text over there. And I have that stored in a little buffer here. And the buffer has 10,000 messages in it. Each message is up to 28 characters. It's actually 28 characters and then a string terminator. And then the display length, that's 30. That's how many are on screen at a given time. So it just draws the last 30. So I have all the infrastructure ready. Actually, when I have those like 10,000 thuds, the message log actually has like 10,000 thuds. Like it is updating it. When you add something to the message log, you send a message to the log, and what it does is it figures out how many lines it needs, and then it scrolls the existing messages up. So I'm always adding the messages at the end. Then I add it to the end. And so yeah, it will be possible to scroll. It's just not built into the engine yet. I have the variable for it, which is adjust, but I don't actually have I don't have the the mode for updating it yet. So eventually we'll do it. I haven't implemented that. It's easy. It's just like today was easy. Like doing the character screens easy. I haven't implemented it yet because it's boring. There's just no informative messages yet. You just hit thud over and over again. All right, but combat. So right now we have combat happening in move player. If they're hostile, we do, oh my god, you killed whatever. Okay, so this is where we need to call a combat function. So I'm actually going to make a new file. And I guess I can call it combat.h, combat.c. I was debating between combat and battle. Okay, there's that one. And in here, all right, what do we want? We want a function. So how am I going to do a function? I'm going to say, we're not just going to kill the enemy. Combat will go here eventually, so we have the placeholder for it. Let's comment these out. So I want to do player attack. No, we'll just do it. We'll have a function called, yeah, player attack. And it's going to be, we need to pass the player. And we need to pass we need to pass this NPC number. And then I can do NPC attack. Same thing. So this is just how we're going to do it for now. I don't actually have like movement code for the NPC. So they're just gonna attack. They're gonna follow up and attack at the same time. Okay. I can actually just take that out. Well, yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. So this is not how it's going to eventually be. The NPCs are going to have their own attacking thing when they move. But for now, I'm just going to do player attacks and then the NPC attacks. So those will be my two functions. NPC attack, player attack. They're going to be here. Okay, and that's going to be, I think that should be an int player attack. And that should be an int. Should that be an int also, or that should be a void? This should be struct player space player, and then it's going to be int and NPC number. Struct player space player int n. Yeah, combat having its own. I was thinking this could go in player.c and this could go in npc.c, but combat having its own code area is probably a good thing. Let's put these over here. Yep. So far, so good. And then how are we going to do it? Good question. I will do it in here. First of all, I need libs and types. I might as well put those over in here too. I probably don't need them. I do need types because that's player space. I probably don't need libs. Just put it everywhere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I'll need helper function. So it's going to first of all do a barrel roll. How am I going to do this? How is combat going to work? Okay, so I need to, let's make a new text file here and actually add it to git ignore. It's going to be combat.text. All right. Let's save this as combat.text. Okay, so these are your stats. You have attack, you have defense, you have hit, and then you have doge. No, it's not funny. It really isn't. Okay, so when you roll to roll, hit roll, you do calculate chance, which is going to be player hit over player hit plus NPC dodge. Roll probability. Okay, 1 to 100. If probability is less than chance, successful hit. Calculate damage. That's going to be player attack minus NPC defense. If less than or equal to 0, if less than 1, make equal to 1. Set equal to 1. So if you do a successful hit, you're at least going to hit for 1. Calculate, this is max damage, I guess. Max damage. And then calculate damage. 0 to max damage. All right, results. Miss. Gonna get a hit. No, not here. Else, dodge. Enemy dodge. Calculate max damage. So if 0, that's a miss. Else, it's going to be a attack for damage. So we have misses and we have dodges. It's like if you're hitting them and they dodge it, that's a dodge. But if you're hitting them and you do 0 damage, that's a miss. That's the only difference. And you have a chance to do 0 damage. So it'll always be possible. So there's that's how it's going to happen. That's how the system is going to work. And then reverse all these things for NPC. Player hit over NPC dodge. Player attack minus NPC defense. Yeah, that's how we do it. Let's go over and put that in here. Okay, so we need a float, and that's going to be hit chance, and then we need a probability, prob, then we need max damage. I call it a hit chance and hit probability. Hit prob roll should be. This is hit prob. Chance and probability. In my world, the world of biostatistics, it's the same. Probability of something happening, I call that the chance of it happening. And I like to use terms like jackpot, jackpot events. When something very rare happens, it's a jackpot. That's like a biological thing. You say that in biological science. That's a jackpot event. Got lucky. That thing, billions of years ago, got lucky. Okay, then we need roll probability, and then we need max damage, and then we need to do damage roll. no, damage amount. All right. Calculate damage. No, calculate chance to hit. Hit prob equals. We're going to just cast manually everything here. I'm going to enclose them in quadruple parentheses just to make sure everything's good. Okay, so that's going to be player stats dot hit divided by player stats plus dot hit, and then plus what is it? Dodge. So I don't think I actually have a function to get dodge from the NPC data, so I'm going to go write one real quick. Get number of NPCs. Now, is hostile, is alive. I guess this would be where to put it. Int NPC stats. How do you do a return of an array? That doesn't. If I want to pass four things, I guess what I would do is pass enemy stats. So int stats, and then pass 6. So stats 0 equals NPCs plus n stats HP. This is how we're gonna do that. And it's going to be SP. Probably don't need a SP, but obviously might as well pass these things around. And this can be a void then. I think that's it. Go put that over in the library. The header file. Where is that? It's above swap spaces. I have to check where it is because I don't use an IDE. This is as IDE as I get. Like if I put a parenthesis and then I put another one, it highlights the last parenthesis. That's as IDE as I get. Okay, so then I need to call this from combat. So this actually, I do need NPC stats. All right, so let's get to enemy stats. And it's going to be N, and it's going to be NPC stats. Okay, then what do I do here? It's dodge, so that's going to be NPC stats 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Yep. Hit probability. Honestly, though, this should probably be an integer. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change this a little bit, make my life easier. We're going to multiply that by 100. And then we're going to divide by that. So it's essentially like taking something divided by the total and then multiplying by 100. But we multiply by 100 at the very first on this integer. And so that way we're just going to avoid any of the weird casting stuff. So I don't have to cast this as doubles and all that stuff. Okay, roll to hit. hit prob roll equals rand num. Let's see. So you have 30%. It's less than 30. Yeah, so that should actually be 0 to 99. And what I need is character. How do I usually do messages? I don't remember. So I just do 200, okay. All right. If hit prob roll is less than hit prob, so let's say you rolled a 30, that means it's 0 to 29. That means you hit. 30% chance you hit. Then we're going to do you hit. Else we're going to do sprintf message. You missed. You attacked so and so, but they dodged. And then it's going to be. Do I have a function for this? Get name in. Okay. Get name. Get name? Ridiculous. Like, why? Why did I call it that? Get name. Get name. Get number of NPCs. It's fine. This should be get NPC stats then. If that's how I'm going to roll, I might as well go all in on it. Get NPC stats. All right. They dodged. Miss. Or no, they dodged. Successfully hit. Calculate damage. Okay, so what's next? We've done this. And it is, I need max damage. So max damage equals player attack minus NPC defense, which is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? Defense, yes, 3. I know these too well. That these are magic numbers, but like they're in my mind. I know what they are. If max damage is less than 1, set max damage equal to 1. Roll for damage. And I need damage amount equals random 0 to max damage. All right. Put that there. If damage amount is equal to 0, you attacked them but missed. Else, we can actually apply the damage. No damage. Miss. You did damage. Apply it. All right, so damage, what we have to do is damage NPC, damage amount. Actually, we need N, and then damage amount. And then I'll handle the reporting of the damage over there. Okay, so that needs to be an actual function over here. Let's go to the bottom. Void damage NPC int n int damage amount, and we're going to do NPCs plus n stats.hp minus equals damage amount. We'll just call this damage over here. And there could be multiple ways to hurt an NPC. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to NPC, I need NPC HP. So NPC HP is going to be that, which means this needs to be an int if NPCs plus n stats.hp less than or equal to 0. No, less than 0. We're just gonna do that. They're dead. They are dead. And is there like a, there's like a thing, isn't there, for NPCs? I forget already. Is hostile. I thought I had like an is alive thing. I guess the is alive function will return that. And then we're gonna return NPCs plus n stats HP. Good, and now I can add this over here. All right, and now back to the combat. Okay. So we're gonna do you attacked S and hit for D damage. And it's going to be damage amount. Okay, then if do I keep the middleman here, or do I build this into an if statement? I'm going to build it into an if statement. If, so let's get rid of this up here. Stupid, but it's a little cleaner. If that is equal to 0, then we're going to sprint f message. They died. And then message. Can you do that? Can you print sprintf a thing to itself? I hope you can. I guess we'll find out. And then we add message. Okay, and combat then actually needs a few things. It needs display. Doesn't need player. It needs NPCs though. Anything else? sprintf. It's in standard IO. Anything else? Should be good. All right, and I don't have anything for NPC combat yet, but let's go ahead and one more thing. If they die, they should not be able to attack. So is alive. I need to put in an is alive statement in here. So is alive. And what does that return? A 0 for no, I think, probably. That's how I would do it if I were writing this code. So in here, then if is alive, NPCs I plus I is equal to 1. then attack. Or I could say, yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty sure that's how I do it, right? NPCs is alive. Let's look. NPCs. Are they alive? Is it greater than 0? Then 1, else 0. Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. Okay. Alright. Well, here we go. Here goes nothing. Jonathan Blow. Warning, incompatible integer to pointer conversion. Oh yeah. Combat line 15. Duh. Okay. Call to undeclared function add message. That not over here. It's add log. Okay. Add log. Add it to the backlog. Yes. Oh, I need to actually give a string. There we go. Okay, this is too much. Let's do it again. Non-void function does not return a value. Make it void. I think I was going to do it a different way. Unused parameter player, an NPC attack. Oh yeah, NPC attack. I'm not doing anything yet. Unused function, unused parameter, unused function. I haven't done anything with those yet. Call to undeclared function player attack. Okay, so that I need include combat.c or h. I mean. There we go. That should do that. And NPC attack. Good. Okay, well, it compiles. So let's go make a new game. And let's add some hit. And let's add some attack. Finalize our changes. And we're going to go attack some guys. You attacked, but they dodged. You attacked and hit for 1 damage. You attacked and they dodged. You attacked, but missed. You attacked for 1 damage. How many hit points they have? At least 10, right? So if their defense is greater than well, I don't know. Let's keep trying. Donglued. Daimu. Alright. So maybe the amount of damage. I'm okay with the dodging and the missing and everything. Here, let's do a new one. Whoops, I could have just done it from the main menu, I guess. I'm going to do attack. And I'm going to do hit. Alright. And it's Walgroot. So we're going to attack. Let me go ahead and quit. Because I want to open up the save file. Wow, Groot. There we go. That's who we're attacking right now. They're on floor 0. They have... I remember what this stuff is. What is the 10? That's their behavior. 1 and 1. What are those? That's like is alive and is hostile or something like that. No, it can't be is alive. That's not a thing. It's actually in here, I think. Is hostile level. It's level, okay. Level. So level 1 is hostile 1. So they have then 10 HP, 20 SP, 11 attack, 11 defense. They have 14 dodge. So this one's very likely to dodge a lot. And he has 13 hit. Okay, so he has a little bit of defense. He has a lot of dodge. So I should actually hit for more than one. Make sure I'm attacking the right one. They dodged. I missed. They dodged. They dodged. Missed. Hit for 2 damage. They dodged. Hit for 1 damage. Walked away. He dodges a lot because he has a lot of dodge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I just hit him for 4. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and they died. And then he is dead now. I can't hit him again. So 17 attacks, and it killed him. Now let's look at this guy. Glenfron Pyston. Glenfron. Find him. Okay, 20 hit points, 11 defense, and 11 dodge. So this guy I should be hitting him more, doing more damage, but he will take longer to kill potentially because he has 20 hit points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So about the same. It was 17 and 16. These are level 1 characters, and I'm a level 1 character. So clearly I have to balance the calculations a little bit. I might favor the player a little bit. I was hitting him a lot. So I'm thinking ways I could favor the player. I could actually multiply the max damage by 2. And that way, if you're hitting somebody with a lot of armor, it would, instead of doing 0 to 1, you'd be doing 0 to 2. And if they don't have a lot of armor, instead of doing 0 to 4, you'd be doing 0 to 8. So that would be one way to make these faster. And then I think I would not give the NPCs the same ability. The NPCs, I mean, there are a lot more of them. They should not be able to hit for that much, you know. But also hitting. Maybe I can build in a little hit bonus. I don't know, maybe like a plus 10 hit percentage kind of thing. I don't know. It's all gonna take some time to balance all that stuff. Like, before I even think about that, I should go around and kill a bunch more guys. Goofly. 15 hit points, 15 attack, 12 defense, 10 dodge. So this one I should hit a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe not hitting him so much. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That one took 14 hits. That's still too much. Yeah, which do I give the hit bonus and the damage bonus? Probably, right? It's probably a good idea to give the player a little bonus like that. Akli, let's find them. 15 hit points, 12 defense, 13 dodge. The 12 defense 12 defense means I'm doing 0 to 3 damage. What was the other one? 13 dodge. That means I'm doing 15 out of 15 plus 13. So I have a 54% chance. Yeah, so that's just not tenable. If I gave a bonus of plus 10, I was thinking about this playing, Tactics Ogre, you hit almost every attack. They tell you what the percentage is going to be, but the percentages are always high. They're either like 1 to 3%, like they want you to miss, or they're like 75% plus. So, I mean, obviously a tactical game is very different from a roguelike, but I'm thinking, a little bonus be 15 plus 10 divided by 15 plus 13, like a 90% chance to hit this guy who has a little bit of, like a little more than average dodge at this level. Probably be a good thing. Yeah. Hawkeye, let's look for them. Oh, I'm attacking them now. So they have 12 defense and 13 dodge. They dodge, they dodge, they dodge, they dodge. I missed. And then I hit them. So it took me 6 attacks before I hit them. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and they die. So 26 turns to kill that one. Yeah, it's definitely I'm a little underpowered now, and I'm really thinking they're gonna kill me if they get the ability to attack. But maybe they use the rules that I've put into the player. Maybe they use those rules. And this is Crayby. They have 12 defense and 12 dodge. 12 defense and 12 dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I don't know, 19 to 30 it turns is a bit much when you have you're gonna have 5 guys surrounding you, kicking your ass. And I only have 10 hit points. And that I boosted this character to have 15 and 15, so yeah, I definitely need to give a little bonus. Let's say they have 15 and I have 10. The way it is, it would be a 4% chance to attack, a 40% chance. But if I gave a bonus of 10, it would be an 80% chance. Versus 15 would be a 100% chance. You would hit them. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That. Let's just make those changes. Hit probability. Hit times 100, so 10 plus. No, hang on, that's not right. 10 plus, so that's giving me a percentage. Yeah. In parentheses. Do it. I don't want to do parentheses. Okay, and then damage is going to equal 2, and this is going to be 2 times that. All right, so now I'm doing double damage, and I'm getting a 10% increase in chance to hit, essentially. Not a 10%, a 10-point bonus. So it's not a direct percent. Let's go see how long. I'm not going to look at the stats this time, but I just want to see how long it takes to kill some guys. I'm going to do 5 and 5. Let's kill this guy. Hit for 5 damage. Alright, he died in 4 turns, and I did not miss. That's the other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 8. Also did not miss. You know, you should miss. They should dodge, and you should get a 0 for damage occasionally. There, I missed. They dodged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, it's a little more reasonable. I think it might have gone too far the other way, but I don't know. Wow, I did 8 damage. 6 turns to kill that guy. And I missed, did 8 damage. I missed, I did 1 damage. I missed, I did 8 damage. Oh well. They've gotten stronger. So the enemies actually have gotten stronger. I did write that in to the code that it gives them all a bonus point, and then they spend it according to what kind of enemy they are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's essentially like a level, that's a level 2 enemy. So it's 1, 3, 6, 12, 13, 14, 24 hit points. Level 2 enemies are going to be a little tougher, aren't they? "21 attacks. They died. Oh, and I'm not getting XP. I'm not getting XP, so there we go. That's something. That's something important that I should implement. That's going to be the last thing I do. I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. Yes. So XP. So I do need that to be an int. So let's go here. It's a miss, so we're going to return 0. They dodge, we're going to return 0. This should be an int. And that needs to be updated over here. And any other return statements here? Any other outs? I think if and else, there's your out. If. All right. Oh yeah, I guess minimum max. The minimum max damage should be 2. So if it's 1, we don't want to keep it as 1. Then do I have a thing to get level? No. So I'll just do one here. That's under get NPC stats. I know this is silly to do it this way. I should just give access to the... I should just pass the NPCs around. But it's fine. Combat. All right, if they die, then you're going to return the XP. Their level, that's how much XP you get. So, and then in player, what we need to do is say player move, where you attack player stats.xp plus equals the return value of player attack. So if they don't die, you're gonna get 0. But if they die, you're gonna get a level, and that's gonna increase your XP. So should be fine. Let's go ahead and see. Finalize. Yay. We have stats. Uh-oh. Well, broke something. Player stats plus equals player attack. Okay, so I broke something here with a return statement, clearly. What did I break? Let me see. Am I just not getting the messages? Okay, I wasn't getting the missed messages. Here, let's do a new one. Tech. Okay, so I'm only getting the message when they die. So what's the other messages here? Not sending. Why is it not sending? Maybe I'm just not getting there. Let's print F and then add and then return 0. Like, why is that not working? If damage amount is equal to 0, message. Ah. Okay, because I'm hitting every time. This message is not getting sent out. Damn. Alright, well. It's fine. It's better than having two if statements. How lazy I am. There we go. They died. So Busiklu. That one's gonna be interesting. Why did he take so long to kill? Let's see. Level 1 is hostile. Is that what that means? I'm not really sure. Oh no, that's HP. He's dead. He had 15. Okay, he had 15 defense and 13 dodge. So that's why he took a long time. He was a defender. Defenseman. How about this one? Glee Crew. Glee Crew. That. Pawn Star. He's got 10. He's got, wow. He's got 17. Defense and 12 dodge. So this guy's gonna actually take a few hits. How much HP does he have? 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21 attacks. But he was like a really defensive guy, so I think that's okay. You can have guys like that. No indicator in game though that he's what he looks like. All right, Zelen. 25 hit points, 12 defense, 11 dodge. So this one should die pretty quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 attacks. Much better. I mean, there's really no way to tell, you know, how balanced it is until they're hitting back. That was 11 rounds. For Vutai, who had 16 defense and 14 dodge, so another defender. $10 for that guy. Googly blee. He had 35 hit points and he had 12 defense, 11 dodge. So it just took a while because I was hitting every time almost. No, I missed. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. I had 15, yeah. So that makes sense. Why not? I don't need it. Anyway, I think that's pretty cool. I'm making progress, and it is just a matter of time before I can add in NPC hitting, so they'll attack at the same time as you attack them. I can add that in next time to sort of test that out. But then pathfinding is going to be really necessary. It's going to be really important here. But we do have player attacks. We don't have player death. We don't have enemy attacks. Pathfinding is going to be really important for enemy attacks. But I'm thinking for now, when you attack them, they're going to attack you back. That's going to be the only logic behind it until I have pathfinding. Because pathfinding, if they're hostile, they're going to be trying to make their way towards square next to you so that they can attack you. And if they are next to you, then they can attack you. So I'll have to put in all the logic for that. But it'll be pretty simple once I have pathfinding. Pathfinding is the hard part. The actual moving them towards you thing. And if I do like old school pathfinding, like a lot of old games, if you play like Ultima, the enemies would walk around on the overworld screen. Ultima 1, you could actually get them trapped if you move the right way and you block them with a mountain and they don't know how to go around it. Could do simple movement like that, like pathfinding like that's very easy, but then it wouldn't be fair to the enemies, like if they're stuck. That's why I need pathfinding. I need proper pathfinding. Add some pet raising to the game, maybe. NetHack has a pet. You start the game. I think you can start without one if you want, but the default mode is to start with a pet. You always have a horse, like if you're a knight, you has a horse. Or you have a dog or a cat that comes in with you, and all the seasoned NetHack players will tell you that you need to kill your pet on turn 1 because they're a drain on your resources. You have to feed them and stuff, or they eat enemy corpses, and so you could eat enemy corpses. You could make that's food for you. But otherwise, some people will say like keep your animals alive, and they can attack enemies for you, and they can hold stuff for you. Like if you have a pack mule like a donkey, it'll carry stuff for you. I don't know if I'll have pets in this game or not. It all depends. It's going to depend on how the game loop ends up being. Like, obviously, I'm really in the early stages of getting combat to work, and I have to get skills, and so I want players to have skill points, and what skills they're going to have. So I'm going to need a whole skill system. So that'll be fun, and then monsters will get skills too. So they'll be able to maybe have a wizard monster, or maybe you have a thief monster who can steal your items. There's like a lot of fun stuff you can do. Pokemon element, yeah, psychic and nature. I don't know. I don't know the elements. Nature, fire. Fire is strong against water, or is it water is strong against fire? I can never keep those two straight. I think it's no, actually I was gonna say I think Tactics Ogre, they're strong against each other, but they're not. Light is strong against dark, and dark is strong against light, but then everything else is circular. Like water is strong against fire, but lightning is strong against water, that kind of thing. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about the combat. I mean, since my other dungeon crawler roguelike, I've been thinking about how I've been thinking about a lot of the game, not just combat, but a lot of game elements, what I want to include in a game like this. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We still have a really long way to go. But it is coming along nicely, I'd say. I'm pleased with the work that I did today in just 3 hours. Wow, really? Only 3 hours. Feels like so much more. Yeah, let's add this to Git. Added character screen. Point spending. That's 2 words, not hyphenated. And then attacking enemy based on stats. 275 insertions, 6 deletions. So that is like, I've never seen that. That's all new code, essentially. 269 of my lines are totally new. You don't see that often. 8 files changed, only 6 deletions. Whoa. That means everything I did today, for the most part, was just new. Added new lines. And combat.h, combat.c. They're very simple, but they are what they are. And this is where we are. We're still on a sticky note. It's not a real project until you're, in an actual task management system. Sticky note, that means we're in a pretty chill project still. And this is the 10th video, the 10th stream, and I've probably done about, I'd say on average, 3 hours per stream. So that's 30 hours of programming, with plus or minus maybe up to 2 or 3 hours off stream, maybe 5 hours off stream, but not quite. So we can say that's about a working week. It's more like 2 working weeks, because you don't code. You're working. You don't code like 24. You don't code 8 hours a day. Like, that's impossible. So you have to think about it. You have to have some downtime, some brain time. Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.